my channel. My name is Alyron. This is Astro Compass Oracle. I'm here to do the daily Super 7 Oracle card readings. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Coast Guard, National Guard, Frontline Collective, which is the first responders and essential workers. I've gone ahead and shuffled and pulled piles. So we're going to go ahead and get started immediately with the Army Collective. And we've got the Nine of Earth coming up with the, oh, interesting. Okay. We have this is actually an unnamed card in this deck, but I've left it in. I interpret it as the soulmate card, specifically soulmate card. And then I've also got this card that came up that says soulmates. And we have this Five of Wands in reverse. This Nine of Pentacles energy is very singles energy. I feel like I've picked up on a love story in the Army Collective group. I'm sorry if you can hear my rooster. His name is Lou, by the way. He is named after my grandfather. Okay. I feel like what's going on here is somebody has made a head over heart choice regarding a soulmate connection. They recognize there's a contract and they're done with the conflict and the fighting and the rigmarole about it, and they're willing to go on their own sacred individual path right now. I don't feel like this is permanent though, and the reason is because we've got one upright and one in reverse. So what I feel like is this is right now, for the moment, the right decision is to balance yourself out and walk your sacred path on your own, because this connection can't come together in the current energies. So that's what I'm picking up for the Army Collective. Okay, let's move on to Navy. Keeper of the Whisperers, the Mad Prophet. Curiosity, madness, and forbidden knowledge. So somebody is going deep into the spiritual realms. I have to apologize. I don't have great equipment to do this because I'm just getting started. I wanted to find out where this went before I invested. So if you stick with me, please know that's part of the plan, and if you spread the word, it could certainly go faster. If you know somebody in your collective who could use the message, please do share it. I'm not doing a lot of marketing. I'm just asking those that resonate to share with other people that might help them. For the time being, that's the route I'm taking. Okay, so we also have Paul the Venetian, which is experiencing grace. Excuse me, let me fix this. Experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So there's somebody or a group within the Navy Collective who are really, really woke. This is an awakened group of people who have decided to go beyond society's acceptable boundaries of religion and spirituality. This is a person or persons who has decided that what they were being told was bad or not acceptable, and I'm getting energy around witchcraft, magic use. Somebody has gotten in touch with some past life experiences, recognized that it's part of the process to go through those experiences in this lifetime to recognize and release the trauma energy that's associated with those past lifetimes. So, you know, there's a lot of people, starseeds, crystals, and, you know, on and on and on, all the categories of spiritual folk that we put ourselves in as boxes so that our egos can identify with what we're processing. It's all temporary. Eventually it all kind of goes away. But many people who are contracted to early awakenings so that they can work for the collective on a larger whole have a lot of trauma memories that go back many, many, many lifetimes, whether they were templated and imprinted with them as a new soul or they earned them themselves during that experience. The purpose of it is to grow out of it and to basically master the lesson. So like religious suppression, like, you know, I was going to say, like, a lot of starseeds have memories of being burned and hanged and horrible, horrible, horrible. I have these myself. Just awful memories associated with spirituality and magic use. Alchemy. So this person's recognizing that those things have been imposed upon them through lifetimes of experience within this 3D paradigm and beginning to break out of the matrix. This person is neoing up. Okay, Navy, Army, Navy, Air Force. I was called to pull quite a few cards. Oh, wow, look at this. Air Force, you pulled the Divine Feminine card. That's so beautiful, especially if you could actually see the fucking card. Ugh. Okay, Divine Feminine, and we pulled the Success card with it. This is a fierce female energy I'm picking up on. Fierce. Absolutely fierce. This is a fire sign energy. Oh yeah, fire sign energy. Wow. This is a person who's reached a very high level emotional mastery. I'm hearing emotional awareness. I'm hearing emotional intelligence. And is 100% in alignment with their truth. Okay, in every way. Like, I'm getting like aligned chakras. Their chakra system is aligned and attuned to the current energies. Plenty of room for growth, but where you are right now is right in harmony with the ascension energies. And you are exactly on point. You are on point. You are on track. I'm getting this energy around this Three of Pentacles. I feel like it wants to be upright and reversed. And I feel like it's a discernment lesson regarding collaboration for this collective. It's a personal choice. This person has the capacity to see down. This person has quantum vision. They have the capacity to see now multiple timelines and recognize the highest likely potential outcome and read the web of energy that creates a pathway to that. So this collaborative energy is about deciding with very high frequency discernment about the wisdom in a collaborative project. But the message is your intuition's on point. So whatever you decide, it'll be good. You're in a place of, you've graduated to a place of discernment that you can trust your decisions, whether it's one way or the other. It's just different pathways at this point. So you just have to decide where you want to go, and that will be the X factor in your decision-making process. Okay, that was a complicated message. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Nice. This is, wow. Okay. Go fucking Marines, man. Stand your ground with the Eight of Swords. It's two Eights of Swords that came up in our reading today. And look at the continuity. Oh my God, look at this. Beautiful continuity in this. Another fully, wow, with the Ace of Pentacles. Whatever it is, Marine, that you have locked on in your sights, you are 100% dialed in. 100%. There's, the message is an overwhelming, huge confirmation of whatever it is that you're working on right now. It will bear fruit. It will It is in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing. It is authentic in its energy frequency with your highest and best good. This could play out in 1,000 ways. This could be as small as, this is a weird example, but maybe you're having problems with your feet. Maybe you've been wearing a certain kind of sock for a really long time. This is a weird message. Stand your ground. Okay, and maybe you need to do something about that that's not in compliance with regulation. Or you've got to fight for something. Okay, but whatever it is, do it. If it's regarding your feet, certainly do it. But what I just love is this like amazing continuity of energy. It's just gorgeous, right? So please, please, please know whatever it is that you're thinking about fighting for, the universe has your back on this. So Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard. Okay, Coast Guard, I'm hoping for better than yesterday. What do we got? Well, we have Delight. That's a start. And it's a beautiful card. And we also have Forgiveness. So if you notice, both of these two cards are nature concentric. We have mushrooms, we have a meadow. This is a sparrow. And so the interesting thing about this card is, though it says Delight, the sparrow is really about safety in numbers. So the sparrow uses its clustering effect to distract predators, okay? Like you see sparrows take off, it's just like, they're everywhere. But there is also security and harmony and a belongingness in that energy. And I feel like this Forgiveness card, maybe there's dissension in the ranks, Coast Guard. And the thing is whatever the battle is, it's not as big as the war. So it's time to forgive whatever this is, because the bigger picture requires it. And recognize the joy in your camaraderie within the group that you're in, because it's totally there. This is a connection. Maybe there could be a group within a unit that has had some interpersonal drama that's affecting their performance. And it is now time to move past that. And I feel like for whatever reason, I'm picking up on very young energy. And when I say young, I mean physiologically young. This is a young starseed energy that is very aligned with divine knowledge and might feel a really hard time resonating with those around, because they're raw and open to energy in ways that other people aren't. Their chakra systems are open because they haven't been overly socially dumbed down. So call on that cosmic energy, your connection to the universal benevolent divine feminine energy, divine masculine energy, creator energy. Call on that. Upgrade your perspective, forgive whatever this is, and move past it, because there's real joy and love to be had right where you're at. Okay, that's your message, Coast Guard. All right, National Guard. Prometheus, altruism. That's so appropriate for the National Guard. Ooh. Followed by the Six of Cups in reverse, and one of my least favorite cards, the Three of Swords. Okay, there's a pretty consistent message consistent's not right. There's a very direct message coming through. I do feel like this is for one person. I am reading that This person was wronged on a very, very, very deep level, and it created a karmic cord that is acting like an energy suck, because there is a need for an elevated perspective. This person is really caught in what happened to them. Caught in sort of, I'm getting, even though I don't see the Justice card or even like the Balance card, I do feel like this is injustice energy. You're being asked to take an altruistic stance. This whole reading today is really about stepping up when other people are not able to. And sometimes it's really not, let's say, fair, but that's not really relevant, because if you go deeper about what's fair, if you have the capacity and the knowledge to do something and you don't because you think that somebody else should do it based on like expectations, that is a low vibrational interpretation of fair. So this is a call to duty in a different type of way. And really, actually, it could be, I mean, this energy could be very broad also for this National Guard collective, in that, I mean, this energy keeps coming through in these readings where you're being called to serve the population and listen to stories and witness stuff that's not being reported on the news and weird stuff. And you are in a position of altruistic service because you chose to serve on home turf. So that's the message for that, National Guard, okay? Now, it is time for the Frontline Collective. This would be first responders and essential workers. Oh, yes, we have the Strength card, followed by Inspiration. And this is a heavy duty card. This is the Matriarch, the Homesteader. So here's the thing about this card, the Mother of the Homestead. This card is actually about sacrifice in some ways. The story of this entity is that she failed as a leader in a collective and was basically banned from the society, or there's a word I'm trying to remember, it's not coming to me right now, where you're I can't think of the word right now. Anyway, basically she was shoved out of society and forced to go out on her own. The result was she took her skills and her power as a natural matriarch and she built a homestead for refugees that saved lives, because she had the vision and the leadership to do so, because she was willing to still do the work after experiencing failure and being ostracized. She had the resilience to do the work. She had the strength to do the work. This message is very specific, this matriarch, and I'm glad this card came up because I wasn't sure how to integrate a channeled message that was coming through. This might get a little bit long, but it's really important. And this is about preparedness, okay? It is vitally important, particularly for the Essential Worker Collective. These folks are military. They're being cared for by the U.S. government. Essential workers and the Frontline Collective, first responders, is a very different story. It is very important that you really look at what your emergency food supplies are for the next 1 year and what your plan is. I don't even like the word emergency. That's not right. What are your sustainable food plans for the next year? I personally depending, because of where I live and my own situation, I am 99% vegan. I chose to go with a very large supply of organic, non-GMO sprouting seeds of 12 different varietals. This is something you can grow indoor with fluorescent lights. If you are I'm in a very northerly latitude, so we don't have a great long growing period. So I might be able to do a cold frame, but fluorescent lights are low. They're low cost per day to run, and most sprouts don't require very much light, and some require none. You can feed you and all of your herbivore animals with this. If you've got, whatever, chickens, rabbits, horses, goats, ponies, whatever is a herbivore, you can very affordably, use fodder or sprouted products and feed your whole chickens through the winter. If you're in an area where grain could be an issue, and this would be in the middle of the country, okay? I've gotten a lot of downloads. I'm not totally sure how to get this stuff out, but it is important that you really take a look at this. And when you are evaluating what you would consider sustainable food supply, think about it from a health perspective. This is bare essentials, nutritional value and calories. Diversified nutritional value and calories. Microgreens can be grown in a garage in trays, etc., etc., etc. Honey keeps forever. High nutritional content. Only buy bee seasonal honey, which means honey that is harvested ethically and enough is left for the bees to live. They're not mutilated. They're not subjugated, okay? This is karma, right? So consider getting yourself 3 hens. If you can find them, if you can't get chicks and a light, do something to take a step closer to your food now. Okay, like I said, this message had to come out. And the reason is because you're going to be called on to provide for others. If you step forward and meet the universe halfway in this energy, the universe is going to give you resources back to care for those that you will be called to care for. And you best believe you're going to be called on, because we all will be. We all will be. So we've got this strength card, and then we have this inspiration card. So within this energy, there's this opportunity. There's a side hustle opportunity for this person. Big time. This is a confidence thing. Oh my God, there's bees right here in this card. Wow. Look at there's bees right here. There's this honeycomb pattern that you can't see. And then there's beautiful butterflies and flowers. Yeah. There is some kind of big forward movement in a harmonious way for this collective if they step into this energy. It requires bravery. You need to acknowledge some things that nobody is willing to acknowledge. You need to be willing to go against the grain and recognize what's going on. The horsemen ride and the seals have been broken. Figure out what that means for you. Okay? So, those are the messages for today. God bless. Godspeed. Peace out.